Hi there, trombones. In this video, I'm going to show you how you oil your slide. So you're going to need your slide oil and your cloth, and I'm going to stand up and show you how this is done. Now, one of the things to understand about oiling your slide is that you have to know where the stockings are. And the stockings show you when you're almost done pulling out your slide. You're going to do this without the bell attached. So you want to just work with the slide by itself. That way there's less things to mess up. So with the slide, you're going to undo your slide lock. So remember, when the slide is locked, when that's turned on there, it's not going to pull out. But if I unlock it, I'm able to pull the slide out. Now as I'm pulling the slide out carefully, you see it just sliding by. But when I get to right here, you can see that it changed. Something changed on the metal of the slide. And I'm almost all the way out. So I'm pulling out. And then I see that thing change. This part right here is called the stocking. When you get to the stocking, that means you're almost pulled it all the way out. You have another couple inches, and then that slide's gonna come all the way out. Now we wanna avoid trying to take the slide all the way out, because when we do that, it's very easy for us to damage our trombone. So we try to, it's gonna happen sometimes, but we try to avoid doing that. When it does come out and when you're ready to put it back together, kind of line up both of these things. So I'm just kind of resting this right here on both tubes here, and I'm gonna lift this up until they just both slide back in. Okay, I don't ever wanna force anything with the slide. You don't want anything to get bent. You also don't want to try to put one side and then the other. You're going to put them both right next to the inner and the outer, both right next to each other, and then put them both in together and slide it in. So, to oil the slide, we're going to take our slide, we're going to go out to the stockings, okay? Usually when I do this, I like to have my, my slide kind of pointed down towards the ground, because then that way it's a little bit easier to handle, because you can rest the outer slide on the ground, and I can just lift it up and I can get to the stocking. So here's the stockings on the slide. I'm going to wipe, and so I have about 1 inch past the stockings. I'm going to wipe the whole slide clean. Let me see if I can bring my camera angle up a little bit. So I'm going to wipe this whole slide clean to get any of the dirt or grime or things like that that have built up. Then I'm going to take my slide oil. Now most of you probably have something that looks like this, like a clear bottle of liquid. You also might have this, and this stuff works really great. This is called Slide-O Mix. It comes with a white bottle with a black cap. It looks like this, Slide-O Mix. This works even better than the oil does. So if you're wanting to get your slides working really good, you can use Slide-O Mix. The Slide-O Mix you have to shake up. The oil you don't have to shake up. But Slide-O Mix you want to make sure it's shaken up. Either way, the process works the same. So once we've cleaned our slide, we're going to open up our bottle. And then we're going to come right to where the stockings are. And I showed you where that was. And we're going to just put a few drops so that it's running down right where the stockings are, all the way around, because we want this to be coated all the way around our trombone, okay? And we're only putting it on the silver inner slide. If anything gets on your outer slide, you can wipe that. You don't want, your outer slide doesn't need any oil, okay? So we've put oil down here by our stockings. Then we're going to put that part back in, and we're going to put some oil at the very top of our slide. And again, we just want it be putting some on so you get the drop of oil kind of running down. You don't want to have oil spurting everywhere, but you want to get a coating all the way along the silvery part of your slide. Now, when it's done correctly, you can see here how I have the outer slide just resting down, and when I lift this up and down, you can see how the slide is moving effortlessly. It's not grabbing at all. If it was dirty or really needing to be lubricated, when I lift this up, what would happen is that this bottom part would come along with it. So I can move these independently. That means it's working great. And my slide is going to be working very smoothly, because you want your slide to just very smoothly be able to slide back and forth. And you can hear how quiet this is. You don't want to hear a scratch, 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 okay? Also, if you do end up taking your slide apart, remember to put it back together the right way so that your lock, your slide lock can engage, and you have your water key on the same end as the really long piece. If you have the water key on the top, you're not going to be able to lock your slide. It's just going to fall out, and you're also not going to be able to let your water out. When you're done playing at the end of the day, you're going to have water inside your slide. You're going to want to open up this key over a trash can or something and just blow that water out. So that's what this water key is for, is to open that up and then just blow out the water. And you want that to just drip into like a trash can or something. So that's how you oil your slide. You want to do that every few days. So do that a few times a week. A general rule would be maybe every other day. If you didn't do it yesterday, do it today. So I hope that helps.